Hello, everyone, and happy Boxing Day. As you can see, I am alone. Both FieldTalk Benzie and FieldTalk just aren't able to join me today, so I'm just going to recap for you guys Boxing Day. So let's kick it off with the first match of the day with Spurs taking on Brighton. Now, Spurs did go on to win 2-1, and this is after Brighton had taken the lead in the 37th minute, with goals by Harry Kane and Dele Alli, who are in form right now at the moment. Spurs have come back, and after last week's performance against Chelsea, taking the victory. Now, Chelsea and Southampton, surprise of the day. I don't know what to say. Southampton down near the relegation zone, not in the relegation zone yet, but point off the relegation zone. Going to Chelsea, going to Stamford Bridge, and basically showing up Chelsea, which I disbelief for me, and I don't know what to say. Chelsea have been in such great form, especially with this past weekend's performance against Spurs, where Lampard got his tactics right, basically controlled that game. This game, for some reason, Chelsea just didn't know what they were doing. And Southampton, I mean, even though they had 34% of possession, they came to Stamford Bridge, they took it to Chelsea and came out of there with the victory. 3 points, big 3 points for Southampton. Now, let's move on to United versus Newcastle. Now, wherever Justin is right now, I'm sure he's happy. I'm sure he's celebrating right now because Manchester, wow, after the egg they laid last week, not last week, but this past weekend, my goodness. Newcastle seemed to have been in form. It looked as though they were going to come into Old Trafford and lay it on to United. They came in, Matthew Longstaff, 17 minutes into the game, boom. It felt as though United were going to go down again. But the trio of Martial, Greenwood, and Rashford coming in to save United. The kids are all right. I mean, that first goal by Martial set the tone, and then from there, Greenwood, Rashford, and again, Martial with the brace. What more can you ask from United at this point? They're rocking right now. Yeah, they laid the egg, but I'm sure when Justin comes back next time, he's going to go ranting and raving, and he doesn't have to wear a bag over his head next week when we record. So that's a plus for him. Moving on, well, as you can see, I am wearing my Arsenal shirt. Of course, being an Arsenal fan, I am going to discuss this game at length. Arteta's first game as manager. And it felt as though, to me, we were going to lose this game. It felt that Arsenal was still Arsenal. But there were moments in this game where this Arsenal team really did look as though they wanted to win. And they were going to push for that win. They created so many chances. And you could tell that it's a different looking team. Arteta does need some more time, but the players looked as though they were ready to play and ready to fight. And that's the one thing that, as a fan, I've been wanting to see. I haven't seen this all season. Emery, the players stopped playing for Emery, and that was unfortunate for him as a manager. He's a good manager. He took clubs that he had previously all the way to Europa League finals, winning Europa League finals, and more, but he was not the manager for this job. I don't think he was ready for this team. Last year, there was hope. getting to Europa League final. But as we entered this year, it just seemed that these players just didn't want to play for him. Arteta, on the other hand, you see his philosophy already coming onto the field. You see him from the bench, coming up and telling his players where he wants the ball to go, how he wants the plays to play out. To me, this is what a coach is supposed to do, what a manager is supposed to do. The team just seemed right. Can there be more? Yes. Am I expecting more from this team? Yes, I am. If it wasn't also for Aubameyang, this team seriously would be in the relegation zone at this point. I don't know what to say about Arsenal, but I am happy that they are where they are now with a good manager, a former captain, someone who's going to hold the players responsible for everything they do. Hopefully, after this game, we won't see any more draws, any more stretch runs where it's nothing but a loss or a draw, because that's just not what we as Arsenal fans want. So kudos to the Gunners for actually fighting this game. Could it have been more? Yes. We'll see next time how they do. Villa and Norwich, you have Villa winning 1-0. Crystal Palace, West Ham. Crystal Palace taking that one 2-1. Everton, Ancelotti's first game in charge, 1-0. Hopefully this is riding the ship for Everton. Sheffield United, Watford, 1-1 draw. Could have been better for Sheffield United. Watford being the whipping boys of the league right now. Good result for them. On to what is the match that all of us were waiting for, and that was first versus second, Liverpool versus Leicester. It's no lie, I've been on the show, and I have come out and said, Leicester are winning the league. Am I sticking to it? Yes, I am. I'm not going to switch teams, sides, whatever you want to say, but I'm sticking to my guns. Now, Liverpool did win this game 4-0. The gap is now 13 points with Liverpool a game in hand. Whew, man, what can I say about this? That first half of the game, Firmino's goal set the... Well, let me go back. The first half is purely dominated by Liverpool. Leicester just didn't know how to get out of their own half. Because of Kasper Schmeichel, they were kept 1-0 going into the half. Heap of praise for Schmeichel. He kept that team going strong, made sure basically by himself, along with the defense, that the game would stay tight. Alexander-Arnold right now is something else. That whole Liverpool team is something else. That cross into Bobby Firmino and Firmino just scoring for fun right now was ridiculous. What can you say about Firmino? Firmino's just an amazing player, in form, just having himself quite a year. Not much to say else about the first half again. Liverpool dominated. Second half, however, we saw Leicester come out. And Leicester came to dominate the second half. They went out trying to get that goal. You saw them pushing the ball up. And Liverpool, as we've seen in the past, you can break them down. Their defense isn't what it was last year. And you could see that their defense was breaking down as Leicester pushed up. Jamie Vardy had himself a few chances, not many. But then we saw Leicester just completely blow it. And it's a story that you can see from Leicester's other defeats this season, that once something takes them out of their rhythm, they basically just forget how to play the game. And the handball took them out. Now, I'm going to say it was a handball. Others will say it's not. The handball rules are just different, and I will not get into this argument of, yes, it was a handball. No, it wasn't a handball. Different officials would have seen that as not being a handball. The official of this game saw it as a handball. Was Sunoku, sorry if I pronounce her name wrong, but was he trying to make himself bigger? I don't think he was, but clear handball to me. His arm was out past his body. So, yeah, take it as you will, but handball, in my opinion. At this point, James Milner comes in, makes it 2-1. I'm sorry, 2-0. Liverpool, you can tell, was going to take this game at this point. Firmino scored again, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold, man of the match, scores himself quite a goal, 4-0. And now we're at this point in time in the league where Liverpool is ahead 13 points with the game in hand. Barring some historic, and this is truly would have to be a historic bottle job, Liverpool is looking as though they're going to win the league. These next few weeks will probably decide that, as Liverpool do go into a schedule where they will meet a lot of the top teams. If you just give me a second, I will read you guys the schedule. So for your next few games coming up, Liverpool will play Wolves at home, host Sheffield United, host Everton, which should be comfortable victories for Liverpool. Again, anything can go wrong, but expect Liverpool to actually win those games. After that, they do have to face Spurs and Manchester United. Now, I don't think Liverpool come out winning those two games. I really do feel that they're going to lose one or two. Jose Mourinho will have Spurs up for that game on the 11th of January. So that will be something to watch. Now, if we take a look at Leicester's schedule, as they do sit in second. So as I said, it would have to take a historic bottle job, but it would also have to take Leicester basically winning out for the rest of the season. Now, Leicester do face West Ham, Newcastle, Southampton, Burnley, and West Ham in these next few games, which for them should be victories. Now, if somehow, for football gods, if you're listening, Liverpool do drop points, and they drop anywhere between 9 to 5 points, then yes, I can see this being a battle to the end with Leicester challenging them. But if Leicester do drop points again, call it league set, done. Liverpool are winning this league. But a 13-point gap should not be hard to overcome. Still saying it, Leicester win the league. Whether it happens or not, we wait and see. So as you can see, I am alone. Not really much banter that I can go on by myself. Gone through most of these games. All of the games, actually. Hopefully next week we can come back. We will have for you Sunday service at FieldTalk where all three of us will be here together, bantering, going on about what's going on. We do have more content that we will be pushing as the year goes on. MLS is coming. And when the MLS does kick in, you'll be seeing my face more as I'll try to be covering the league more. Going to be biased towards the Galaxy, of course, my team, but I will try to cover it as down the middle as I can. But for now, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I am Sal at Sal Talk Soccer, as you can see below. Follow me, follow Field Talk, follow my bros, Field Talk Just, Field Talk Benzie. We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.